Hi, this is Ron Tube. Today on the Hunter Colour Wild, we're here to talk about today's release. It's just gone out live on all platforms. The Ambusher Pack is out now. So we're going to go over the patch notes and see what's been changed and what's been updated. So today we also released a decent sized patch that addresses a host of player requested improvements and fixes to the Hunter Colour Wild. Let's take a look at these updates. We've added a new option to expand or collapse UI categories with a controller while navigating the inventory. The archery range on Parque Fernando has been updated with targets fixed at the appropriate distances for the bow and crossbow 0 settings to facilitate practicing with the new recurve bow. Improvements. We've provided a better description of certain mission objectives to make it more clear how they are supposed to be completed. We've updated the scroll bars in certain text boxes to look consistent. Bug fixes. Gameplay. An issue where previously placed items could be removed from a reserve during game startup has been addressed. The Kuso shotgun will no longer jam when switched to after firing another shotgun or pistol. That's a big one. We fixed an issue on the Solomon rifle that caused the scope to dip off screen when rechambering. Certain perks will now be correctly applied to longbows. We've addressed the zeroing inaccuracies on the 223, the 270 and the 243 rifles when they were zeroed at 300 meters. Certain levels of lightning hands perk will no longer cause missing reload animations for the Kakatori or Northern shotguns. Aiming on all bows has been updated to correct light and heavy arrow inaccuracies. We fixed an issue that could cause the reload animation for bows to play twice. We've addressed an issue where weapons that could fire ammunition with significantly different ballistic properties, for example the shotgun with slug or pellet ammo, the Hudzik catwalk with round or mini balls, would not switch to the correct sighting with zeroing settings and changing ammo. We fixed the accuracy issues on the Strecker shotguns. The goose blood tracks will no longer disappear under certain conditions. Bleeding out animals that were supposed to die won't remain alive anymore. Developers' notes on this: we're sorry, but they cannot be part of Spooktober this year. I wonder what that means. Southeastern Spanish Ibex has been returned to Class 4. We've addressed an issue with the location where the ATV would spawn at the Redstone House outpost on Emerald Coast. Players will no longer appear to float briefly when entering tree stands. Now on to multiplayer. The hot air balloon in Emerald Coast should now be located in the same place for all players in multiplayer. Animals in the sanctuary on Emerald Coast will now be visible to all players in multiplayer sessions. We fixed an issue that prevented the player's status from returning to normal if they're inside a blind or other structure as it was dismantled. Players should now be able to hear the sounds of equipment being placed or dismantled in multiplayer. Challenge results will now be correctly saved in multiplayer. The chat blocking settings on the Windows Store will now work as intended. We've addressed an issue where players on the Microsoft Store version of the game were sometimes unable to join multiplayer games when invited by their Xbox Network friends. Onto UI. The game will no longer become unplayable if the player dies while the harvest screen is being displayed. The DLC store menu will no longer become unresponsive if the player loses connection to the internet while accessing that menu. We fixed an issue with PlayStation players not being able to access the virtual keyboard while not being connected to PSN. Magpie geese decoys should now be labelled correctly on the map. Changing things in the weapon wheel while riding the ATV will no longer cause items to disappear. Remapping the open map key should now properly remap both the open and close map functions to the new key. Using the reset to default option in the settings menu will now correctly reset all options to default. PC players should now be able to select the X-ray view on the harvest screen while viewing a true wreck animal and using a controller. A ghostly silhouette will no longer appear on the harvest screen when switching back and forth between the X-ray view. We fixed an issue where certain mission animals would show up on the harvest screen with their horns detached. The weapon customization menu will now immediately update after purchasing a customization package. Pressing the favorite button while in inspect mode in the customization menu will no longer cause issues. We fixed an issue with the scroll bars not working properly in new pop-ups. Developers note on this. This fix also affected the main menu and cosmetic screens. An issue causing the skip button text to be cut short in various languages during cinematics has been addressed. We've addressed an issue that caused item text descriptions to be slightly clipped. The description on the bright sight rangefinder bow sight no longer misleads players by indicating the wrong activation button. We've found and returned the missing back button icon when viewing objects while using a gamepad. Menu items behind a new pop-up should now be interactive again. We fixed an issue where the Y button on a controller would select a DLC item in the DLC store. An issue where a confusing UI tooltip would appear on consoles when hide all animal clues was turned on has been fixed. Stability. The game will no longer crash when launched from the Epic Games storefront. We fixed a crash that would occasionally occur when loading or switching reserves. The animal call UI indicator appearing on the screen should no longer occasionally crash the game. Now on to graphics. Strong winds will no longer cause the water waves to look strange. That's a massive fix. We fixed an issue that caused foliage to appear unintentionally blurry. We've improved the look of screen space contact shadows. A collision issue on pipets has been addressed. Ambient occlusion issues on the 338, 270, 223, 44 revolver and the 357 Magnum have also been fixed. Now on to audio. The triumphant fanfare when harvesting great ones has returned. So that's the new patch notes for the Ambusher DLC pack. I hope you enjoyed today's release on all platforms. I must say there's a lot of fixes in there I didn't think was coming in this update, and we're also going to have a look at the brand new trailer for the Ambusher pack and cosmetics DLC right now. So let's have a look at it, shall we? This is my first time viewing it as well, so here goes. They always do brilliant trailers, Expansive Worlds. They always nail it. I don't know why, but whoever does them, puts them together, you do a great job. They always look well and always like the content, how they make it together. So here is the Quist Red Pro electronic caller. That's one of the new items of the Ambusher pack. Lynxio. Look at that. I wish everyone will be like, yeah. I wish I could shoot that great one. Rarest great one in the game. The Maradi model 1894. I've already done a detailed review video on that. Check it out if you've already seen it. And last but not least, the Stenberg Takedown Recurve Bow. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been doing the Ambusher pack and cosmetics DLC patch notes on the Hunter Color Wild. I'm on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.